So we're singing a song this morning that's in 3 parts. We're going to sing them all by themselves so you can hear what they all sound like. Is this the one that we're doing in 3 parts? Yeah, okay, great. I thought so. Sorry. And then we can sing those with us, and then we're going to put them all together, and then you can pick whichever one makes you happy to sing. Does that make sense? So if your body feels like it today, you can stand it up, and otherwise it can sit down just fine. And let's make some music. So here's part 1.
For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies.
Try it out.
For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies.
Second part.
Grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise.
Third part.
Source we raise, our hymn of praise. Source we raise, our hymn of praise. Source we raise, our hymn of praise. Source we raise, our hymn of praise.
You guys did great. You're ready. So we're going to put the whole song together. We're going to start out just with part 1, and then we're going to add the parts in. So as you hear a part you like, just give it a shot. It's going to be great.
2, 3. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies, for the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies, for the grateful we raise, grateful we praise, for the grateful we raise, and around us lies, for the grateful we raise, for the splendor of the skies. For the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth and around us lies, for the beauty of the earth, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, over and around us lies, for the grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise. Everyone all together. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies, for the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies.
Nice. Great job, everybody.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Reverend Barbara, the minister of this congregation. My pronouns are she and her. I'm joined today in our service leadership by Kitty Kalebarn, Director of Children and Youth Programming, and today's music is provided by Music Director Tad Koryoff, Clara Kelly, Jen Wiley, and Ari Atarka. I think I've got everybody there in music. And the tech team today, Herb Axe, Deborah Mensch, and on Zoom, Charlie Morris. Thank you all for your contributions to this service.
Good morning,
In this season of
everybody.
thanksgiving and gratitude, we come together in this multi-generational service. I invite you to listen to this somewhat different welcome. Children, this is a welcome about both friends and food you may have enjoyed this past week. I invite children of all ages to listen especially for your favorite fruits and vegetables which you may have tasted in the past couple days. As I read this celebration of thanks to everyone in the room and online, be assured that you are welcome here today at Boulder Valley UU Fellowship. Let us give thanks for a bounty of people, for children who are our second planting, and though they grow like weeds and the wind too soon blows them away, may they forgive us our cultivation and remember where their roots are. Let us give thanks for generous friends with hearts and smiles as bright as blossoms, for feisty friends as tart as apples, for continuous friends who, like scallions and cucumbers, keep reminding us that we have had them. For crotchety friends as sour as rhubarb and as indestructible. For handsome friends who are as gorgeous as eggplants and elegant as a row of corn, and others who are plain as potatoes and just as good for you. For funny friends who are as funny as Brussels sprouts and amusing as Jerusalem artichokes. And serious friends as complex as cauliflower and intricate as onions. For friends as unpretentious as cabbage, as subtle as summer squash, as persistent as parsley, and as endless as zucchini. For old friends, nodding like sunflowers in the evening time. For loving friends who wind around us like tendrils and hold us. And finally, for those friends now gone, like gardens past that have been harvested, and who fed us in their time that we might have life hereafter. For all these, we give thanks. My friends, if you're new here today, we're glad you found us and hope that in this community, whether you're with us here in the room or online, you can experience the warmth and the love here. Those in person can stop by the welcome table in the foyer for information and a newcomer form. And information is also on a QR code that's in the back of the gray hymnals. Those on Zoom, check out various links in the chat. If you'd like to view a simple order of service on your phone, please scan the QR code now, and there's also a link for that in the chat. And finally, our book for sharing joys and concerns is just inside the door to the sanctuary. Please note that today we invite written entries, both in person and on the chat, but we won't read them until next Sunday. If your written note today indicates that you'd like a visit from our Sunday support person after the service, look for Margaret English, who's in the back of the room waving at you, wearing the white stole. Margaret will be available after the service for any pastoral caring. Everyone on Zoom is invited to stay for online conversation after the service. And Zoomers, I also invite you now to go gather some drawing materials, some paper and pencils. for an activity later in this service. And if you're here in person, I trust you've picked up some art materials coming in from the entryway. And if you haven't, we'll have folks distributing more art materials as we go into an activity. Also, for everyone here, please don't forget to attend coffee hour after the service. One final note, the Inquirer session will be held after the service, addressing queer-friendly congregations. Now on Zoom, friends, please feel free to greet one another in the chat. Here in the sanctuary, take a moment to greet your neighbors and remember to visit with folks of all ages. Hi, everybody. Hi. Friends, it's now time for our ritual of Unitarian Universalism, lighting our chalice. I invite the Haley family to come forward as we join together here in the room and online in repeating our words for the chalice lighting. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. Thank you for a lighted chalice. Thank you. And now let's ring our singing bowl one more time. Go ahead.
Hi, friends. Hi. Author Kurt Vonnegut once shared that his Uncle Alex had one main complaint about human beings. They so seldom noticed when they were happy. When they were sitting under a tree in summer, drinking lemonade, talking about nothing in particular, his uncle would stop and say, "If this isn't nice, I don't know what is." A kind of built-in gratitude alarm. So I want to ask us, who here has something challenging in their life? Or is tuned into something challenging in the world? I thought so, yeah. And it's a lot. And who here can think of something big that they're grateful for? Their family, this fellowship, being alive? Yeah. Beautiful. Today, all of that comes with us. The challenges, our gratitudes, our hopes. But this morning, let's also invite in the small joys, the tiny reasons to be grateful that we might otherwise miss, like the way the sunlight moves across the wall, or a warm cup in cold hands, or a friendly glance, or a silly moment that inspires or surprises us. These small joys are not small at all. Let us hold them close as we begin today. Amen.
All right, we're going to sing together now one more time. This is number 1010 in your teal hymnal, We Give Thanks. We're going to sing it through three. Oh, there we go. We're going to sing We Give Thanks, number 1010 in your teal hymnal. We'll sing it through 3 times. There are some harmony parts there. If you're feeling daring, you can try to jump on one of those or even just make up one of your own. That's always allowed. Why don't we rise in body or spirit, and we're gonna sing this through 3 times. So as we get more and more comfortable and we remember how it goes, let's really sink in and sing out and fill this room with a lot of beautiful sound.
And now an excerpt from Tomato on Board from Ross Gay's Book of Delights. What you don't know until you carry a tomato seedling through the airport and onto a plane is that carrying a tomato seedling through the airport and onto a plane will make people smile at you like you're carrying a baby. I did not know this until today, carrying my little tomato, about 3 or 4 inches high, in its little 4-inch plastic starter pot, which my friend Michael gave to me, smirking about how I was going to get it home. Something about this at first felt naughty. Not comparing a tomato to a baby, but carrying the tomato onto the plane. And so I slid the thing into my bag as we were going through security, which made them pull the bag for inspection. When the security guy saw it was a tomato, he smiled and said, "I don't know how to check that. Have a good day." But I quickly realized one of its stems, which I almost wrote as arms, was broken from the jostling. And it only had 4 of them, so I decided I better carry it out into the open. And then the shower of love began. Before boarding the final leg of my flight, one of the workers said, "Nice tomato." And the flight attendant asked about the tomato at least 5 times, not an exaggeration, always calling it my tomato. "How's my tomato? Where's my tomato? You didn't lose my tomato, did you?" She even directed me to an open seat in the exit row. "Why don't you guys sit there and stretch out?" I gathered my things and set the little guy in the window seat so he could look out. Then I got my water and poured some into the little guy's soil. When we got bumpy, I put my hand on the little guy's container, careful not to snap another arm off. When we landed and the pilot put the brakes on hard, my arm reflexively went across the seat, holding the little guy in place, the way my dad's arm would when we had to brake hard in a car without seatbelts to speak of, in one of my very favorite gestures in the Encyclopedia of Human Gestures. Thank you. You're welcome. And so now an opportunity to practice what Kurt Vonnegut talked about. So please recall for a moment some of the ordinary joys of life. After each mention, let's all say together, "If this isn't nice, I don't know what is." I'll start us off with a few, and then I'll get a few from you. And that will be our fun little Kurt Vonnegut responsive litany for today. So, when we notice a new flower blooming in our yard, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. When we sip the first sip of a warm beverage, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. When we catch the glance of a friend and smile, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Collaborating with a friend on something fun, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Enjoying some yummy food away from home, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Let's see. Okay, over here.
Someone gendering my son correctly at the grocery store yesterday.
If this isn't nice, I don't know what is.
Seeing a bald eagle as I walk to the ship today.
Ooh, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is.
When my shy cat wants to cuddle with me.
If this isn't nice, I don't know what is. I'll come back to you.
Playing recorder music yesterday together with friends.
If this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Uh-oh, you're way back there, Sam.
Getting a ride to church this morning, or the fellowship, excuse me.
If this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Don't run over my child. Not running over my child. If this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Thank you, everyone. If this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Oh, I'm up next. So now we've been thinking of a few things that delight us, a few things to be grateful for. So bringing those into your heart, and if you didn't get to speak but you're holding, you're thinking of some, now is our opportunity to vocalize a little. We're going to make a kind of gratitude sound wave together. So for the next minute or so, allow yourself to settle in. And when something arises in your thoughts or sparks a moment of gratitude, we're going to allow ourselves to hum or make a small sound, like a or a yip, or maybe rubbing your hands together, some kind of audible demonstration. As this happens, we're going to listen to the sounds arising and allow ourselves to experience this wave of gratitude that we make together. But before we begin, Reverend Barbara, what kind of sounds might your gratitude make?
Well, let me see now. How about love, 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 love?
What about you,
love,
Tad?
love, love,
what kind of
love,
sounds
love.
might your gratitude make?
Love, love,
Mine
love,
is
love,
just,
love, love, love. Love, 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 love.
Whenever you think of something, just allow it to bring some sound to the room.
Thank you.
ourselves a moment of gentle quiet to absorb all of this gratitude, both yipped and those still unhummed, into all of our hearts. Thank you.
Let us turn now to a more tangible and necessary manifestation of gratitude, the morning offering. Each week, we remind ourselves of the abundance of our lives and this community by giving half of our plate away to organizations that share our values. Today, the half plate is for Boulder County AIDS Project. The mission of this project is to provide support, advocacy, and education for those living with or affected by HIV, and to provide outreach to prevent transmission of HIV and AIDS. This congregation here enjoys a nearly 30-year relationship with this project through the Interfaith AIDS Coalition, which is currently focused on the U.S. Department of Agriculture's pausing the release of funds for the SNAP program. Donations of money and food are especially then a lifeline right now to the clients as they seek to cultivate good health and well-being during these uncertain times. Also, please note that on November 25th, the U.S. government officially indicated that this year it will not be commemorating World AIDS Day, which is tomorrow, December 1st. Adding to the sting of over 300,000 deaths estimated in these past months since withdrawals of funding for health care were instituted around the world. 300,000 deaths. As persons of liberal faith, we will recognize World AIDS Day tomorrow by refusing to be silent and continuing to demand treatment and hope for all. Thank you, my friends, for your contribution to this morning's offering. For the work and witness of this congregation and the Boulder AIDS Project, your gifts are gratefully received. Thank you. We are grateful to this congregation. All right, friends, we're going to do something a little different this morning. You up for being out of the box? I hope so. Yes. So the first invitation to you is to form yourselves here in the sanctuary, including the children, into groups of threes, into triads. That may mean moving your seats a bit. If you do move seats, just remember where they were so you can put them back where you got them at the end. And so you're going to form triads. I invite you, please, to get into a triad with someone else other than those you share an address with or that you're blood related to. So let's form the triads first, and then I'll explain what we're going to do. Include the children, please. Please include the children. Adults, go find a child to meet up with. There's plenty of children here available, adults. Invite a child into your triad. Okay, let's get into triads. Let's form our triads. Let's form our triads. Tad, I might need a little bit of piano music. I don't have a whole lot of voice. Okay, let's settle down with our triads. And Zoomers online, in a minute you'll get instructions from our Zoom host, Charlie Morris, about what you're going to be doing online. So roughly 3 in a group. I trust that you're there or nearly there. I'm also inviting you to have access to the art materials that you picked up as you came in. If anybody needs art materials, please raise your hand and we'll come around and deliver some to you. Okay, friends, I'm under the weather with my throat this morning. May I invite one person talking right now because I don't have a whole lot of voice. Thank you. Thank you. And we got a few hands here needing some more art materials. All right. Let's think a little bit on what we're about this morning, and then we're going to go into an activity where we talk together and share together. So I'd like to invite everybody, including the children, especially the children. What does it mean to be grateful? What does it mean to be grateful? What does being thankful mean? I bet you've probably talked about being grateful in school as Thanksgiving holiday was approaching. Let's all think about what it means truly to be grateful. What does it mean to each of us? Not just to have it in our heads, but to actually act on gratitude, to give it and receive it. I bet some of you have seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Main character was named George, and George was really sour on both his town and his family. And then some miracles from his guardian angel, Clarence, showed him the importance of both compassion and gratitude. Gratitude is an important feeling. Both gratitude and compassion connected to what it means to be religious, to be here in this place together. Being connected is also what religion is about. The UU minister, Galen Gingrich, said that gratitude is the most important Unitarian Universalist value. If we're not grateful, we are not fully living UU values. Gratitude's universal. Anybody ever travel to a foreign country? And what's the first words you learned? Thank you, right? Showing gratitude to others. Gratitude's also covenantal. It's connected to our promises, how we're connected with one another. Indeed, gratitude is important spiritual practice. Okay, so we're going to continue now to be outside of the box of our usual morning worship. Instead of a single talking head, I've talked enough, it's going to be you and your triads. We want each of you to engage in both speaking and listening by inviting, and Zoomers, hang on, you'll get your instructions in a minute, or maybe you have already from Deborah. In your triads, one person talk to the others about what you're grateful for. Tell the others a story, a person, an experience. Tell the others what you're grateful for. And you listeners then, while you're hearing their story, draw a picture of what you're hearing. It might be abstract. If you're talking about being grateful for Mother Earth, it might be lots of greens. Or it might be representational. Or it might be something in words. You might want to put words down rather than a picture. While the first person is speaking, the other two are going to draw a picture. And this will go pretty quickly. After a minute or two, then the artists will show the speaker what they've created. Will explain to the speaker how they turned their gratitude into a visual representation. It's been pointed out that it's not just speaking, but when we go to the visual, we expand the meaning of any words that we issue. So speakers, you may be surprised at how the listeners interpret your gratitude. So I trust that brief explanation is fairly clear. If any of you have been in circles of trust with me, this is a habit we use in that activity as well. You may recognize what we're doing. So everybody, for just a few seconds, think on what you're grateful for. Zoomers, I invite you to do the same. Think on what you're grateful for. And then, in your triad, the first person, go first and tell the other two about your gratitude. Each of you will have about 5 minutes. I'll ring the chime at the end of the first 5 minutes. You switch speakers then, and you go to the second speaker. Then I'll ring the chime again, and you go to the third speaker. And I'll let you know when this activity is almost over. And then also, did I say, at the end, you artists are going to gift your drawing to the speaker. So the speaker will go away with a gratitude from each of you. All right, who is your first speaker? Do you have your first speaker in your... All right. How was this, going into your right brains? Yeah? Feel good? Yeah? Yeah. You can continue your conversations. I realize it's very short. Continue your conversations in social time. Try this with others, your families, your friends. It really makes a difference when we exercise that portion of our creativity. My friends, may we celebrate this time of Thanksgiving, remembering to be grateful not just on one day in the year, but all the year through. Blessed be. Amen.
Amen.
We're going to conclude with some more singing. I invite you in your gray hymnals, if you wish, or on the screen, turn to Simple Gifts. It's number 6 in the gray hymnals. Tad and singers, here we go.
An old Quaker hymn.
Yeah, and please rise if you'd like.
Can you read?
And when we find ourselves in the place sing it through one more time.
Tis the gift to be simple, tis the gift to be free, tis the gift to come down where we want to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, it will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right.
Please remain standing in body or spirit as we extinguish our chalice. We invite the Haley family back to extinguish the chalice as we repeat our words. We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, nor the energy of action. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. And as we go out from here, I invite you, if you wish, to join hands, to join souls, to join spirits, not only here in the room, but with the folks online, and with folks who are not here today, in repeating our all-church covenant. We covenant to be a fellowship, welcoming to all, where our differences are a source of learning and spiritual growth. We love, reason, and respect as we work together to build a just and compassionate world. Amen, and blessed be. Folks, I invite you to resume your seats because guess what? We're going to be thankful for announcements. Paul Dart, a member of the board. Let's welcome Paul.
As advertised, I'm Paul Dart, a member of the board, he, him. Our announcements. Barbara mentioned earlier today the Inquirer series. It's an introduction to BVUFF to newcomers and anyone curious to learn about more activities and how to get involved. This week's topic is queer-friendly congregation. Grab a cup of coffee and meet us in the back of the sanctuary at 11:30. The conversation will end by 12:15. Next Sunday, December 7th, starting at 11:30, everyone is invited to a conversation with Angela and Pavel Michelenchevik. Thank you. From Ukraine, who have been living very closely on the front lines. They're very grateful to this congregation for the support of Ukraine and are happy to offer their firsthand stories about the war. The following Sunday, December 14th at 4:30, come to our fundraising concert, Sharing the Light, to support the work of Sunflower Seeds. Shameless plug. Rex Loker, Cameron Weiss, and myself, with the additional dulcet tones of Jennifer Weiler, are contributing a set of music as our group, Three Together. Tickets can be purchased in the lobby after the service today. A Path to Membership class will be held on Saturday, December 13th from 9 a.m. to noon. Please register at the welcome desk. And this came in late today. Just a reminder that if you do want your announcements read, you should have them in by Saturday, the day before. It gives us a hand. And this is really small. The Immigration Justice Action Team will be holding an information session at a regularly scheduled meeting after the service today in the Mountain View Room beginning at 11:15. The purpose is to share a presentation and conversation with anyone interested in knowing more about the precious situation of our immigrant neighbors and how we can be instrumental in providing information, safety, hope, and compassion to them. Everyone is invited to join in and offer your insights and opinions. And finally, the Auction Committee wants you to note, the Auction Committee wants to make sure to invite you to BVUFF Wow, this is interesting up here. BVUUF. I'm a board member too, you think. Annual fundraising auction, Saturday, December 6th. That's 3 to 6. This is a family-friendly community building event featuring live music, great food, crafts, and lively bidding. Not only is it super fun, but it's also our biggest fundraiser aside from pledges. Last year, we raised a record $25,000. To do it again this year, we are going to need your help. Here's what to do. Today's the last day to donate items to the auction. Experiences and outings are very popular to build this community. And I thought I would insert, everybody's looking for things, but maybe consider donating yourself. You've got a talent, a service, or an expert, or a crazy good at a hobby. You have skills that someone might highly value, like computer problem solving, a handy person, chefing up a 3-course meal for someone, home organizing or cleaning, gardening or weeding or lawn care, demystifying Google Docs and fellowship email. I'm the high bidder on that one. How to try to be amusing in front of a large group of people while delivering droll announcements, something I will not be offering. Now's the time to stand up and say, I can crochet anything you can imagine. Donate items to the auctions today. Solicit donations from friends and families and businesses that you frequent. Sign up to bring food or volunteer at the event. Buy tickets to the live event for one person or your whole family. And once bidding opens on December 1st, bid early and bid often. Thank you so much.